Hello everyone and welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons. We are going to be doing our first session for quite a long time. I'm nervous. We will be doing a recap. I don't quite remember everything that happened in the last session, but it will be quite interesting to see. So let's put on some not combat music. Let's do whimsical. Let's see how that goes. I am quite ready to be back in the session. And let us unmute. Let's do a double check. Yes, it is picking up my microphone, so that is good. That was quite a concern. Also, Yoku, I think you're the only person who's nope, MyndBreaker's there too.
It's true.
Are we ready for this?
I certainly believe so.
I hope so. I don't remember what happened last time. Not really.
I looked at my notes and I'm not super happy with them.
I kind of gave up taking notes. I was just rewatching the old sessions and trying to piece together what was going on.
The puzzle. Yes, I remember. Okay, I remember.
I remember we did the maze, and that was horribly traumatizing. Yes, we went
Yep.
went through the maze.
My notes ended with us meeting before the maze.
Oh goodness, that's quite a ways back.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was with Yumino at the start of the maze, and then we very quickly parted ways.
You gave me a nasty look and I decided to dip. I'm sorry.
Mr. Psychopath decided to go, no, peace out. I can honestly say I have absolutely no idea what is going to happen. I was given a title, and she said that we may or may not even get to that portion yet, so this could be fun. Everyone does a much longer intro than I do. So how has everyone been in the 2 months since we've last done a session?
Working.
I feel
Good.
that.
But it's been just busy.
I do indeed feel that. Hello.
Hello.
We're just waiting for everyone else.
That's alright.
I forget that everyone else does a longer intro than I do.
Yeah.
We're just waiting on the Dungeon Master and our new friend.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I am back.
Hello.
Why am I hearing myself twice? That was weird. Hello.
Hello, welcome back.
Is
What was that?
everybody here?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, amazing.
I believe so.
Is Yumino here?
Yeah.
I take
Yeah,
that
I'm
as
here.
no. Oh, okay, you are here. Okay, cool. Okay.
There he is. The man himself.
Alright, so starting with a recap of what has happened. So starting back at the beginning, you guys were teleported from your homeland Aprana into the frozen world of Tarnstead, where you learned that chaos has struck the land there. In an attempt to discover the cause, you guys discovered a crystal that caused you to teleport once again into a void. Mid-teleportation, you heard an unfamiliar voice warning you of the challenges you face ahead in your journey. And you were then placed in the middle of an arena where you were forced into deadly challenges before you were teleported out once again. You were then brought into a dangerous maze. Lockery, your companion, died at the start of the maze fighting Umino, and you all continued onward to find a way out. You spoke to a fairly friendly door. You completed a fairly frustrating puzzle, and you all lived through the horrors of the pools that before you guys ventured through one that brought you to the crystal and sent you into the void once again. And so now you guys
Uh-oh.
Oh,
The
dear.
robot knees is wild.
Anyway, what?
Uh-oh.
All we got.
I'm wearing myself.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Is it already
audio.
breaking?
It's already breaking.
Your voice is very garbled.
Where did you guys? Okay, where did
We
you
got
guys
most
stop
of the
hearing me
recap.
at?
We got the recap.
Most
Okay.
of the recap was fine, and then you said, okay, and then it was nothing.
And then it dropped. Okay, I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on it. It
Okay, I
didn't
can hear you now.
entirely drop. Okay, I'll try to keep an eye on whenever my voice breaks off in Discord.
Hey,
We'll
why don't
ask
you try
for-
lowering
We-
real quick? Why
thought
don't you
it
try
was
lowering
something.
your bitrate just by like a couple hundred? That way, there's a few
I have-
extra.
No idea how to do that.
Let me pull OBS up real quick. It's super simple. It's like 3 steps.
Will she have to reset?
It's okay for today. I'll just we'll just keep going. Like this is gonna be the problem that's been my internet this entire week. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep watching it. Discord's dropped a few times before I started streaming.
If we
we're
need
just gonna hope for
clarification,
the
we'll
best.
ask.
Yeah, just ask, or if my voice like drops or stops, just catch me, and I'll wait until it picks back up again. But you guys heard the entire recap, correct?
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
So,
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Immediately.
here, you all are really, yeah, no, died. Okay, so from here, you all
Of all the people for this to be happening to, it had to be the DM.
Right.
The cyborg's becoming sentient.
Somehow I don't think she's hearing us that well either.
Oh no, I think she completely crashed this time.
Yeah, I have her stream like open and muted, and it's
Her
It's-
ping
it
is
just went down.
541 constantly. Yeah, no, she's.
Oh,
Is this
you-
where we sabotage the campaign?
Oh no. We got all of us here.
We become the lords of the land.
Oh no.
Yep, offline.
Oh.
The cyborg glitching out, yeah.
Okay. Is my voice back?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Okay.
We can
Your
hear
stream
you.
isn't.
No, my stream is dead. I give me just a moment. I'm just gonna send them to somebody real quick. Can I raid offline? I don't think I can. I'm still
you go back
recording,
for a
so like I said, I'll just upload stuff.
Okay, yeah. That's
I
unfortunate.
Let's-
don't think that I can raid offline.
You could always
No,
try.
you can.
I can? Okay, who do I raid? Any, mini, money. We'll raid who's all is live? Is Will live? We haven't you're new, so we'll start with you. Will live.
No, I'm not live.
Okay. In that case, who's at the top of my list here? Here, Con.
Ah!
The panic.
Treat them well.
Being dead, yeah.
Go, I'm sending my viewers over to you. That are in my offline chat.
I'm gonna act pretty surprised, okay?
There they go.
Okay.
Hello,
But
Panda.
act really
Oh
surprised.
my goodness! Hold on, let me. I had a rate. Oh my god, sorry. Let me just.
Alright, so continuing. Hopefully, I think it might just be whenever I'm streaming that it's really dying a lot. Like I said, it's dying a few times whenever I haven't, but hopefully it doesn't cut out as much now. I'm gonna continue to just keep an eye on it. So anyway, you guys were, let me pull this document back up again. Where'd it go? I had to minimize it to go and raid. So you are all awake in the void. In the passing time, you feel your clothes begin to dry from the water. It feels like only seconds have passed, though just how much time you've spent in this, I'm not entirely sure. You all begin to feel the familiar tug as you're being pulled back out from the void, except Yumino. You feel as though another hand is suddenly latched onto you, pulling you in the opposite direction it's trying to pull you. In your head, you hear the voice you recognize as the same voice offering to help you in the pools in that maze. And it says, so you're the one he has passed my bond onto. If I had any other choice, I would break this bond now. But if you want to survive, then you need to listen to me. I can offer you great power and strengthen our connection so that you may call upon me beyond the void. Accept my mark and denounce the council, or you will lead us to the destruction of our world. And then you hear sort of a strain in his voice, and he says, she's threatening to sever our connection. I don't have much time. Our world is depending on you five, so get the party to the crystal quickly and win. Win at any cost. And then the hand releases you, and you are rapidly pulled from the void into a world with the others. And as you all start to look around and wake up, you feel the ground beneath you. You feel some dirt, some grass. You open your eyes to see leaves gently swaying in a familiar and comforting sound above you. Just like, wind rattling through the leaves. The sky beyond it is blue. It's shining bright from the warm sun that you feel just nicely on your skin. Looking around, you see that you're on a dirt road in the middle of a sparse forest. And I can show this as well. Flip that around. There we go. You can see that it continues a ways in both directions, and you can also see that everyone around you is present, though it seems like your bags and your equipment have gone a bit away from you. Your clothes seem to be a bit disheveled, which is to be expected after everything that you've been through. And just ahead of you all, you see somebody who you haven't ever seen before. Let me just line you guys up here, laying on the ground. And where is... There. And they are standing up from the ground as well. And Will, would you like to describe your character for us?
No, but that doesn't stop me from trying. So you guys would see a relatively tall tiefling with with various shades of blue skin and horns, carrying an unreasonable amount of weapons on their persons, mostly hand axes, with a battle axe on one hip and a warhammer on the other hip, and they are looking around. I would presume that I'm, in the same place as they are, where it's kind of like just snapped back to reality and is kind of re-understanding where I am.
Yeah, for you, you were living your life, your day to day, and suddenly everything went dark. And all of a sudden you woke up here. You're in a world, it doesn't look like any place you've ever been before, and you notice these people behind you that you don't recognize. And for the sake of introductions as well, do you have more to say about your character first?
Not that I can think of immediately.
Okay, so in that case, let's go through and introduce you guys' characters again. So we'll start with Balin, just because you're the first one on the screen there.
Almost comically stuck on his back due to the armor and sudden shift. You see struggling to his feet a 5 foot tall dwarf with like a big bushy beard, making more noise somehow trying to stand up than he did teleporting there and falling down in the first place. Grabbing his weapon, immediately assessing the situation and facing you first.
And Rosmila, if you'd like to describe your character.
Alright, Rosmila is just barely taller than Balin. She's very well dressed, not for, she doesn't look like she's dressed for travelling. She's quite morose looking, and also very scared and leery, and immediately, as soon as she stands, she's very quick on her feet, and she is staring at you. Her hands are sort of in a spellcasting position, just in case, and you see she's very, very cautious. That is all.
Okay, and then Yumino.
Yumino is just a basic wood elf. I mean, I don't really know how else to describe him. I mean, 5'6". He's got relatively blonde hair with a roughed up face from the previous experiences, and he's kind of glaring almost at you because you're a new face to the group. Hand on bow, almost looks like he's ready to pull the string back at any moment.
Okay, and then Gale.
Okay, so Gale would also be kind of like on his back as he gets up, and as you kind of see him like sit up and go to sort of stand up himself, you will notice that his size increases somewhat drastically as he stands up. If you were standing in front of the sun, you'd probably see it be boxed up a bit because he's completely bald. He has like stone grey skin with like piercing kind of blue eyes, and you will see a 7-foot Goliath wearing a brown sort of tunic and sort of like tattered trousers, some decently crafted decently crafted shoes. But Gale would be just kind of taking in his surroundings, and would not notice that the new person at first, but would, after seeing everyone else's reaction, would again like kind of face towards the new face.
I think what would happen here is my character would get up and kind of do like a, well, that was not exactly what we... Oh, hello! And then as soon as he or she notices that everybody's kind of got their weapons, she kind of just like casually puts her hands on top of the heads of her warhammer and her battle axe and just be like, well, I don't think there's any need for that now.
This person in front of us, she was displaced as well, right? Kind of has the same look, like she just tumbled on the ground.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
she was getting up, from off the ground and that kind of stuff. Same thing, you guys all were getting up at about the same time.
The fun thing here is, though, is if my character got pulled out of her day-to-day, chances are she looks disheveled anyway, because she's probably been out hunting, and it's just midway through a hunt has just suddenly been pulled. So, like, no matter what, she looks kind of disheveled, like her hair's kind of messy, she's covered in dust, and just looks relatively, like, worn.
Noticing this, Yumino looks directly at you, and then I look directly at Rosmila, and then I kind of just scoff and look away.
I take it you were not here moments ago as well.
Twitch seems so, friend. Twitch seems so. Kind of, I, like, immediately continue to scan around, like, patting myself to make sure that I'm not missing anything.
Well, it's not the first time this has happened. Being that Balin joined the group much the same way.
Where are you from, stranger?
That's a great question. Let me see if I can remember anything of my backstory.
Pulls out a book and starts flipping rapidly.
What is a backstory?
Hang on, it's in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere. Well, that's a little bit of a loaded question there, since originally I'm from Yozu Isle, but now I more reside in the outskirts, that is. Location name here. I've forgotten location name. Stone Shore. There we go.
Your world. What is the name of your world?
Ignis, help.
Your world is Eprana.
That one. Eprana.
You're from Eprana too?
Wait, actually, Highland Rose, what is the name of the location that you're from?
Rovano.
Rovano. Okay, my character would definitely be like, I recognize that accent. You're from Rovano, aren't you? Or at least from the general area to the south of Yuzo Isle. I recognize the place. We've sent some boats there before.
So you're familiar with it? Oh,
Only in the sense that I'm aware that it's there. I've never been there myself.
Since where I was born. This might be a rather odd question, but what time are you from? I don't know how all this is working, and I cannot be certain that we even came from the same years.
My character would scratch their chin for a second and simply respond with the time that I'm from and kind of shrug.
Dungeon Master, do you have any help with that?
Yeah, you guys will just say are all from the, 1600s. Yep.
All right.
Years
all right.
1669.
Hey.
So, what were you doing before you got transported with the rest of us? The three of us, Yumino over there, and Gale and I, we were all with the caravan, and we ended up on some very great misadventures, and then Balin was only brought to us later.
Well, I was in the mountains to the north of Stoneholm, and I was out hunting, or rather, was attempting to do some hunting. But and I look around a little bit. So, perhaps we can still do some hunting here, but maybe I should figure out first where I actually am.
Pardon me, you hunt with axes?
Oh yes, and she draws one of them and just kind of casually like flips it up to like just just like willy-nilly kind of like tosses it in the air and catches it again. Just it's my favorite weapon.
Whenever
Been using it most of my life.
Whenever she draws the axe, Rosmila puts both hands up like she might do some defensive magic. Whoa, stranger, we've been through quite an ordeal. Let us keep the weapons away.
Immediately character like notices, takes weapon, puts it back where it belongs. It's just like, I mean, no offense. I have no intention of causing any problems here. Perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. And they kind of like gesture out as if a handshake, but clearly too far away to actually do a handshake. But I'm Kukare.
Kukure?
Rosmila edge forward and
Correct.
extend her hand. My name is Rosmila Eldridge. It is very nice to meet you.
I take your hand and shake it, and you will notice an exceptionally firm grip.
Quite strong there.
Well, when you do adventuring like I do, it's best to have strength on your side.
DM, while they go through their introductions, I kind of scamper up onto this little hill here, and I try to see down either side of the road, see if there's anything.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
I believe we might have misplaced our belongings. That is correct, right?
You guys have them. They're just kind of all over the ground. Like, your bags look like they've been, like, some stuff fell out, like, your stuff's there. You just have to collect it again.
23.
23. Further down this way, out of sight, you do manage to spot a sign. You can't read what it says, but it does look like it's a sign pointing in a direction.
Alright, I'm going to look through the bushes, grab my stuff.
After Rosemary shakes, was it Kukare?
Kukare.
Kukare, okay. Yeah, after Rosemary shakes Kukare's hand, Gel walks up and also extends his hand. And goes, "Name's Gelby Belby." And as he reaches his hand out, and if you look at Gel, you can kind of tell that, like, if you look into his eyes, you can kind of tell that, like, he's not 100% present. Like, you can tell that his mind is somewhere completely different. But he still reaches his hand out as a kind of respectful greeting.
Absolutely. Kukare responds by shaking and says, "It's nice to meet you. It's always good to meet a fellow talling." And kind of like she kind of like stands up even taller so that she reaches her full 5'11", but could be portrayed as 6 foot. Just like like you immediately tell that height is quote important to her.
Ah, yes. So, have you found the equipment, Rosemary? And as he like turns around quickly and
Weirdo.
not
Hear,
offend.
hearing his voice and hearing that he's struggling with something internally, after collecting her belongings, Rosemary looks up at him and sort of tugs at his tunic a little bit and kind of drags him over this way. Are you alright?
Yeah. uh, yeah. I just met our tall friend over there.
Alright. I never really asked, but should we be calling you Gelby now? Is that what you prefer?
I am of the thinking that I have run for too long, and I'm too tired to keep up appearances and hide what has happened. You all know, and it was bound to come out anyway. So I thought, why forego any kind of withholding of information?
So is that a yes or a no?
That is a yes. Gelby is fine.
Alright, I'll try to remember that. She reaches up and sort of pats him against the chest and it will be alright.
Just another day, another world, I guess.
Alright. So with that, she kind of goes around and rejoins the small group, stuffing a quite ornate dress back into her bag.
Miguel was going to look for his equipment as well and just pick it up.
Grab my bag. I'll introduce myself to Kukure, say... sorry. Name's Balin. I take it you are all from this Aprana place then? Referring to the rest of the group at this point.
It would seem
It would
so.
seem so.
Interesting. Well, I'm not, but to the east there is a road sign. Maybe we are back in Aprana. It seems odd that most of the party would come from here or come from there if we don't end up back there.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
So maybe if we see what that road sign is, one of you will recognize the town or something.
Alright. Rosemary just starts walking.
Okay, so
Grab
you
my
guys
bag.
all managed to make your way over there to the and on it you read, where is the name? It is like a pointed sign. It's got an arrow pointing in the direction to continue in the direction you're more or less heading down the path, pointing to a place called Yond. That name is not familiar to any of you.
It would seem we are not home.
Oh, it's over yonder.
But just trying to notice that I guess we've got to go beyond this this line.
I'm so glad you guys got the joke immediately. Anyway. So would you like to continue down the path towards Yond, or what are you doing?
Just
If we go north of it, we can go above and beyond.
Just to clarify, Rosemary, let's just gonna run over here and just check out this direction just in case. Keeping an eye on the bushes and whatnot as she runs past.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
I like the idea of us getting to a sign saying 50 miles this way, and you just sprinting the other direction. Not a single word.
That would be a 14.
Hasn't it actually?
14. It is a dirt path. It doesn't. You don't see any like signs in the other direction going further that way. It just looks like more dirt path into deeper forest. It doesn't look like there's anything specifically nearby in that direction.
Alright, run back this way.
Does it seem like heading towards Yond is, is the forest thinning, or is it thickening, or is there like a terrain shift that you can kind of see from where we are?
You can tell that the forest does thin in the direction of the line. Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Alright, I say we continue.
As a quick reminder, you guys don't want to check anything else to make sure you're heading in the right direction?
Oh.
No, not.
Rosmila is going to take out the book, the infamous book, flip it upside down, and say the word copy in Elvish, and flip it back over, and see what it produces.
Where are you putting the book?
On the
You're
ground.
just holding it? On the ground, okay.
I'll do it again on the sign.
Yeah. Doing it on the ground, you can see an area around you. It produces a map of the area. At the very edge of it, you can see what looks like the start of a town.
Alright, well.
Whenever you do it on the sign, it just reproduces the sign.
Alright. I think we should
Could I
probably head towards this town.
Wasn't there a crystal or a stone of some kind that you had?
That I had?
Oh, it's for someone.
I don't know if we picked
You
it
all?
back up.
Can I do a perception check to see if I saw anything on the way over to where we are now, like in bushes or stuff or anything like that?
You're just trying to remember if you saw it?
Hey, I'm sorry. I had to step away because Sora made a really weird noise. What just happened in the past 45 seconds?
You guys are...
We're wondering if we have the crystal.
Yeah.
Like the little shiny crystal thing?
Yeah.
The shiny rock?
The shiny rock.
I think I picked the shiny rock up at the stadium because I'm not entirely sure though. Yeah, we would have to go back.
You picked it up at the stadium,
At the,
but
at the mention
I don't
of the
know about
arena.
that.
Oh wait, I remember having it at one point. Was I the last one that had it?
see, the last one that had it, who had it whenever you guys were diving into the water heading towards the stone, and then you all had placed your hand on, that's right. You reached the crystal last time and you all had to place 5 hands on the stone to get through. I don't remember who had the crystal in their hand at that time. But checking yourselves over and you guys are starting to look for it and investigate it, you're realizing you don't have it.
Oh, damn it all, we lost it.
Bloody typical.
What do you say? Should we search the forest for it?
I'm sorry, what are
inside.
you all looking for at the moment? You seem to be pretty desperately looking for something.
There was this crystal that, when we teleported the first time, it was in a strong box on the carriage that had collapsed, and every time we seem to go to a new place, it has to do with this crystal, and we have lost one connection to that bloody crystal. She angrily stomps off back this way, glaring at Yumino as she goes, and now is searching the forest for the stupid crystal.
Okay, I was gonna head over this way.
For everybody who's investigating, go ahead and I'm gonna have you guys do a group investigation check. Just all of you can search for it if you'd like. Just tell me your numbers.
Okay. First roll of the day.
17.
8.
14.
11.
Okay. What was my number for that?
Just searching through all the bushes.
So searching all over the area, it doesn't seem like there's anything that you can find. It doesn't seem like the crystals in that area.
As she's looking, Rosmila, because she felt the magic last time, she's also going to be feeling for any magical energies.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Alright. That would be a 22.
Being here, you actually feel a lack of magic.
Oh.
And to a sense where you feel like your magic actually seems to kind of be dwindling.
Oh no. Gelby, I believe we have a problem.
What's up?
There's no magic here, and my magic feels like it's fading. I have no way of protecting myself.
Gail puts a hand on Rosemary's shoulder and says, "Oh, he's not going to fall over. He's not going to fall over." Puts a hand on her shoulder.
Roll for performance. Backflip.
Doesn't fall over a root in the ground. Puts a hand on her shoulder. I promised you, didn't I? I would look after and protect everyone. That's not going to change.
It's a fool's errand, I tell you. Gods, if I could not be any more useless.
Kukure is gonna walk up to you, Rosmelia, and like slap you really hard on the back and be like, "Ah, don't think about such negatives. A fish is more than its bones, you know."
She just kind of like yelps and stumbles into Gelby for a second. I thank you for the kind words.
So will you guys be heading towards the town?
Gail's in disbelief right now.
Yes, so, but moving forward, Rosmila's practically like glued to Gelby's side.
Yep, that's fine. Yep. I was going to stay very, very close to Rosemarie as we head back towards the... towards the path.
We're just
Alright.
glued together.
Yep.
So you guys are, I'm assuming, all heading then in the direction towards the town, correct?
Might as well.
Yep.
Whoa.
Heading over
So
yonder.
let's just yoink you guys over here for a moment. So you guys continue down the path. Let me just throw it over here. Maybe. It's kind of
just
stuck.
a cat push it off the table.
Yep. Oh my gosh, is my stuff lagging? What is happening? I can't get it to fall.
I heard something fall.
Oh yeah, that's good enough. Okay.
Nailed it.
It's on the floor.
And now it's a 50-50. Go ahead and push B and blindfold yourselves because I forgot which map it was.
Alright. Alright, I'm blindfolded. Great, I have
this
this
one?
magic, I'm
This is cool.
blindfolded.
It was the first map. Perfect. Okay, so, you guys can unblindfold yourselves.
Alright.
And this is the town that you guys
Whoa.
are approaching from. Sorry, it's a little scuffed looking, but it's kind of quick map. You guys are approaching from this direction, this road over here. And yeah, it's a little small, but it's a big city. As you guys approach it, getting closer, you can tell that it's a fairly big city. Even the outskirts houses they towards don't look very wealthy city. All of the houses look very people walking around out here look very posh. They look fancy, all that kind of stuff. there's bright colors over there. Anyway,
It's not
we noticed.
That's what pointing out.
yeah, I can tell. As you guys approach, you can see there are guards walking around the city patrolling the sort of entrance out here, going up and down the path. And it doesn't look like any, crazy situations are happening or anything. It's just a chill city. And yeah. What are you guys doing?
So, it is safe to say that we stand out quite a bit from...
Yeah, they're all just humans here. So,
Alright,
you guys
alright.
definitely stand out a lot.
So, and are they more well-dressed?
Yes.
Okay,
Everybody here is well dressed. The guard's armor is all shiny and nice, clean, spick and span. Like, yeah.
alright. So, before we enter into the city, Rosamila's going to see this and, look at Gale. Gale, sorry, Gelby. Could I beg a favour of you?
Of course, anything.
Can I have you hold this blanket, can I have you hold this up to shield me? I'm going to change into something that might help me blend in a little bit more.
I mean, sure, if you're alright with me doing that.
Alright. So reaches into the bag, pulls out a blanket, and hands it up to him.
He takes it and then holds it out as wide as he can and looks as far back as he can, tries to look as far away, almost turning his 180ing his neck so he can't see.
She very quickly gets out the ornate dress that you saw her stuffing into the bag earlier, and proceeds to shuck out of her handmade pants and horrible boots, and shoves everything back into the bag and pulls on this very ornate dress, and then proceeds to sort of tug on the blankets a little bit. All right, Gelby, thank you.
Oh, of course. It's a nice dress you got there.
Thank you. She folds the blanket, puts it back in the bag, and proceeds to begin to braid her hair in a very ornate style. I suggest if any of you have anything else to wear, I would put it on. We stand out enough already.
Bear in mind, you're all covered in some blood and
No. We went through the
We're
water.
so
We
awkward.
should be relatively clean. we should be mostly clean.
the blood was from the arena.
Okay, but we went swimming and okay, fine. Who all has blood?
Gelby may have left his jacket wrapped around the dead comrade that we had.
Alright.
Did I hear blood?
Oh.
I can provide you blood.
Digging into her bag, Rosamila finds her nicest cloak and looks up at Gale and gestures for him to... Sorry, Gelby. And gestures for him to kneel down before her.
Gelby goes down and lowers his head a little bit to allow the clothes to be put on.
It's definitely not a very good fit. It's meant to cover your whole body, but she sort of reaches behind and uses her sewing skills and sort of tacks it onto his shoulders like a just like a shoulder cloak.
Was it like a cape?
Essentially, yes. It's fancy. It's fine.
Thank you, Rosmilla.
You're very welcome.
The sad thing is I've used all my extra materials to let people like craft things during the adventure so far. I'm standing out like a sore thumb over here, full combat gear. Let's go.
Yeah, same.
Seeing the state of them, Rosmila just sighs and proceeds to pull out several garments, less ornate than hers, but still quite expensive, and proceeds to sort of piece them together to make them fit and make them presentable on everyone else. And Yumino gets the dress she was just wearing. Nice dress for Yumino. Sort of alters them to look more like tunics and whatnot.
Why don't you make a what would this be?
Oh, we've done this before. What was it? Was it?
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember if it was survival or...
It might have been.
I'm gonna say survival check, or if there's like a... Let's go for sleight of hand, maybe instead.
Sleight of hand would work
Yeah.
quite well since it's a dexterity thing.
Yeah, so go ahead and make a
18.
sleight of hand check. Okay, yeah, you can pull off the disguises. Not really disguises, but you're making them look a little bit more, a little less rugged. Yeah.
She turns. I'm so sorry. Can you say your name one more time?
Is it me?
Yes.
Balin.
Kukure. Oh, Kukure, as soon as you
Kukure.
start, handing people, outfits, she's just gonna outright refuse. Just I do not hide who I am. And just, proudly, chest out, just, gestures to herself. Just, I know who I am, and I will show the world who I am. But thank you.
All of these people are human. They might be a bit leery to help us if we're too different. I understand your confidence, but diplomacy should be the first and foremost thing.
Kukure immediately, ponders for a second, snaps
He's
her fingers.
Blue
and
and has
goes,
horns. A change of clothes is not going to hide that.
Well, neither will it hide the fact that Gil is a Goliath, but
Well, maybe he could just be tall and bald.
with grey skin.
A little bit ashy.
Honestly, Balin, I'm trying to make us.
And I'm just a short human.
I'm trying to make us a little bit more palatable, at least in the beginning. And you notice that.
Oh, you wish for me to hide my horns? Easy. And Kukure just takes the back of her cloak and pulls it over her head, and just has this relatively nice looking gray and gold mixture of a cloak that just covers her head, and says, and now it's gone.
The hood is super misshapen because it's over the horns.
Alright.
It's a tall hairdo.
Alright.
Yeah, so the hairstyle, you know.
I suppose that will do. Alright. Are we ready to go in? And
You know that the most.
you see her.
I love this.
You see her putting on a sort of veil over her hair, and she's hiding the tips of her ears because while she is not full elf, she is still half elf, and so she's got a little bit of a giveaway. So she covers the tips of her ears.
Balin just kind of lets her do whatever, but he makes sure that his amulet does stay under a shirt. Or, some cloth, something.
Alright.
I kind of just.
Yes, what was that?
I was gonna say I just kind of start walking my own direction. I'm not really sure where we're going, but Yumino's kind of just day walking.
Oh, good God, Yumino, we're going to lose him. Although, never mind.
No,
never
don't
mind.
say it's a good thing.
Never mind. She then proceeds to start walking into the city, and I'm assuming, do we need to speak with the guards, or is it free come, free go?
You guys are able to start walking into the city. You get some very odd looks, and the further you go, the more odd looks you're getting. People are sort of staying away from you, but you're able to walk in just fine.
Is it like a... Like, what is that look, or is it a... Oh, great, non-humans.
It's a what the fuck is walking into the city right now?
Cool, cool.
Alright, as the most human...
At the very least, we're weird and not hated.
As the most human-presenting person, Rosamila's going to motion for them to maybe just stand back for a moment, and she's going to look around and see if she can find someone who is not absolutely terrified of her to go speak to.
Your best bet is one of the guards that's either patrolling or just standing on the side.
Alright,
Out of curiosity, how far into the city are we at the moment?
I'd say you guys would have just like walked in like around there.
alright. So, walking up to one of the guards patrolling, Rosamila, and the group notices her entire demeanor shift, and she stands much taller, and she is just radiating this air of confidence. And she looks at the guard and says, "What time of day is it?" Cautiously looks at the sky, trying to decide what time it is.
Good after evening morning.
Okay. We'll just skip to. Good day to you, sir.
And he'll nod to you and say, "Ma'am."
Might you be able to tell me where we might find someone who has information on the city?
I suppose it would depend. What kind of information are you looking for? And he sounds more and more confused as he looks past you at the group with you.
Oh, just general information. Although, if you could kindly point us in the direction of the palace or the keep, just whoever might be in charge. I do seek an audience with them.
May I ask what you're wanting to do, speaking with them?
Just weary travelers from a nearby kingdom, and you notice that she's smiling and trying to be persuasive.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
And not look like a psychopath with the highest KD in the party.
So what kind of
One attack.
Just persuasion. Persuasion check.
persuasion? The hell is persuasion? Oh, they're just underperformance. I feel
Yeah.
like it might have been performance. It's a 14.
Yeah, so he's going to look at you and say, I'm sorry, but we don't really permit travelers to go and just speak with our ruler. But if you're wanting some other general information, I could probably provide it for you.
Right. Do they perhaps have a delegate that I might speak with?
Make another persuasion check.
Oh, good lord.
Bear in mind, this one's harder.
21!
He's going to say, I'm afraid not. Sorry about that.
Wow. Right.
Out of curiosity, by the way, what is our surroundings kind of looking like at the moment?
So you guys are in the city. You can see a few like buildings that look like residences. There seems to be some market stalls up around the area.
Kukura is at the market stalls immediately. Like anything that is selling food, ingredients, spices or anything, she is immediately there.
It's funny you say that because this is towards where the farming area is, so this is going to be a lot of food being sold.
Oh yeah, she is in her own world right now. She is like literally like not touching everything, but like examining everything. Just like, ooh, could I use this? Could I use this? Could I use this? Like just kind of completely in her own world at the moment.
Alright, so to the guard. Alright. Are there any events going on? Any special occasions, celebrations?
There are some celebrations happening in the city. We are going to be celebrating our ruler's birthday this evening. The entire town's going to be celebrating. You're welcome to stay around the outskirts of it if you would like.
Oh, how delightful. Is there anything else I should know about the city?
Just keep in general out of trouble, and you shouldn't have any trouble in the city. It's a pretty fair, wealthy town. All of the people in it are generally pretty welcoming. And if it's work you're looking for, we have a tavern, and he'll gesture a little bit up the road. Just there, if you'd like to go searching for some work. There's also an inn, and he points across the street over there if you're looking to stay the night. The prices are fairly friendly at only 50 gold a night.
She slightly balks at 50 gold, and she just says, alright, thank you, you've been very helpful.
Of course, if you need anything else, you're more than welcome to speak to any of the guards. And he'll just go back to standing his position.
So Yumino's kind of been following along and walks back into the establishment hearing 50 gold.
Mm-hmm.
And goes up to the counter and asks for the price again with a more threatening tone, I guess? Or intimidating tone, I guess?
So you're in the tavern, or the inn?
Yeah.
Okay, you're asking them for the price. The innkeeper will just say it's 50 gold a night for the regular rooms. Of course, if you would like to upgrade to one of the more classy rooms, it goes up to 100 gold. But if you would like our specialty suite, it goes up to 200 gold a night. Can I interest you in any of our rooms?
Do you have a barn?
I take their bell and I walk away.
And he will immediately say, guards, he stole our bell, and the guards
I throw a
will
gold on the
stop.
ground.
They,
Oh, you're dying.
No, you're dying.
oh no, I'm okay. And he should be back.
Seeing this, Rosamila's
Is it back?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're back.
Okay.
She goes up to Yumino and holds her hand out and just glares at him and says, give it back.
Yumino ponders for a moment. I turn back towards the innkeep, and I throw the bell at the counter away from the innkeep so she can't can say I was doing it in a threatening manner. But I don't lightly chuck it. I throw that thing at the counter.
She leans past and says, I'm so sorry. He's not been the same since he was kicked in the head by a horse.
And the innkeeper will say, just show them out of here. And the guards will gesture and say, would you mind trying to get you to leave?
Yes, sorry. I do apologize for him. And she proceeds to grab him by the arm of the cloak and drags him out.
I'm glaring at that innkeeper the entire way out.
The innkeeper goes over, picks up their bell, and glares at you as you leave as well.
I'm dying.
And will I have trouble saying your character's name too? Say it again for me.
Kukure.
Kukure, thank you. So as you are walking the stalls, one of the merchants calls out to you and says, hey, you look like a well-traveled adventurer. Are you interested in some of our delicious pies? And they're just trying to call you over.
Kukure will immediately engage. Pies,
And-
you say?
Yes, I only make the finest pies. I bake them fresh every single morning. I have cherry, apple, blackberry, blueberry. I could go and make different pies for you as well. And one slice is only 10 gold. And for an entire pie, it's only 30 gold. It's a great deal. Are you interested?
Kukure will, are, some of the pies on display?
Yeah, the pies are on display and, they've got, slices ready behind the counter, that kind of thing.
Okay, what kind of quality are they?
Make an investigation check.
The inflation rate in Beyond is crazy.
A 4.
Beyond expensive.
A 4. They look like the best pies you've ever seen.
Oh, but I'm a cook. I could tell.
Unfortunately, these ingredients look unfamiliar to you, so from what you understand of it, it looks high quality. But you're unfamiliar with some of these things, and it doesn't look like how you would bake pies, so you're assuming that they're telling the truth and that it's a very nice pie.
Oh, Kukure would at that point, be, leaning down and, giving them, a light whiff, and will immediately engage on how they're made. Immediately start asking how they're doing it, what ingredients, etc. That will be a barrage of questions.
And they will answer all the questions, explaining entirely how they make it, where they get their ingredients from. They get their ingredients from, the farmers nearby, and all of the ingredients, they purchase them fresh, and they bake it the night before to sell it the day of. And they say that they have a bakery further in the city, but they like to sell out here as well. For non-specialty pies, just for general ones whenever they have an overabundance of food in the area, and right now they've been experiencing a surplus of food, so much so that they need to sell a ton of food in the city. It's just insane how much food they've been producing around here for the last few months. It's crazy that it just spurted like that. So they're trying to sell as much as they can.
Kukure will stare at them with just a look of delight on their face and be like, that sounds incredible, thanks, and then immediately turns around and leaves. Is clearly just there for the ingredients list, and that's all they cared about. Immediately just leaves.
Fair enough.
So, back with the group, because Resmila dragged Yumino back to the rest of the group. Have you noticed how much there is here? There's... Are we even still in the same place as the village from the beginning? From when this all started? Are we still in Tarnstead? The village in the beginning, they had nothing. It was frozen and they were getting by on scraps. Where? We don't even know where the arena was. Where are we?
Plot twist, this was the small village, but we're in the future.
Or in the past.
Oh crap, we're in the past. That's even better. Kukure, by the way, will eventually wander back to the group after they have, taken in enough information and potentially bought some, basic ingredients.
If you'd like to try to purchase some ingredients, I think you messaged me them. I'll send you the prices of those if you want to purchase them or not.
Sure thing.
Given the price of everything else, good luck.
The price of everything is so dear.
Speaking of the price of everything, looking into work here might not be a terrible idea.
Well, I did notice that in the spell book there was a spell for a dwelling of sorts, but I don't know if I can pull it off with my magic being the way it is.
What do you mean?
There was a spell, I think it's something about a tiny hut. So I could make us a dwelling for the night, but I don't know if I'm capable right now.
I'm familiar with the spell. What do you mean? your magic the way it is.
When I was in the forest, I don't feel magic here, and it feels like my magic is fading.
Now that she has said that to me, in a situation where I could hear it, would I, like, trying to tune into my connection with my deity, would that feel present, DM?
That with your deity,
It's an excellent question that she hasn't thought of.
so the connection with the deity is going to, I didn't mention this in earlier times, it's going to feel like, wait, hold on, you're different. You still are able to maintain a connection to your deity. However, similar to what Rosmila is feeling, whenever she tells you that information, you start to feel that same sense where it's like your magic, though you can still feel like something's there, it feels like it's starting to dwindle.
Like a slow trinkle, or like...
You're not quite sure. It just feels limited.
I will try to use just like a simple guidance cantrip.
Okay. Guidance is okay, just like ability check on stuff.
Yeah, it's just a little buff. Basically, like,
Yeah.
do I say a prayer and feel better about myself?
Yeah, so you cast guidance. It's a familiar spell, you feel like you can cast it all the time, it's pretty easy. But after you cast it, for some reason it feels like you're not able to cast it again.
Ooh.
Oh, you're right, Balin. And
I will say, while you're here for the rest of this time, you're no longer able to cast guidance.
Yeah. I would recommend being very, very selective about what you use your abilities on. I offered a simple prayer for guidance, and while I do feel its effects, I also feel that my next prayer will carry no power with it.
Oh, it's like this place is draining us. I was able to gain from the guard that it is the king's birthday tonight, and there should be a celebration. I cannot tell if it's a coincidence or not, but something feels off. What shall we do now? I have a bit of gold, but it would only be enough for maybe 2 nights, and then I'd be done. Maybe we should find work, but I don't think we should stay here any longer than we need to.
Is there any way to see if anyone knows if there's any kind of magic here? If they even know, like...
I mean, you could ask someone.
I don't know, but I'm about to bring magic in here if they keep trying to rip us off like that. $50, 50 gold a night.
So instead, Rosmila starts to look around for any sort of vendor or anything selling anything related to magic, like spell ingredients, anything like that, any elixirs.
Looking around this area, it seems like this market seems to mostly be focused on food. You don't notice any sort of magic stores or anything like that?
Perhaps we should go into the city proper and see if there's anything there.
Are there any plants around?
Plants like
plants.
Just in general? Like there's, grass in some areas, there's some flowers. Some people have flowers outside of their windows growing. There's a few trees maybe up in the
Is there
area.
plants by the inn?
Yeah, they probably have like some flowers growing outside the windows, kind of thing, to make it look nice.
I
Some
want to
vines
cast
growing up the
overgrowth
side.
on them.
I forget what that spell does. Hold on, let me pull up your sheet.
Rosmina
Wait,
just
fuck!
looks
I
at
still
him.
don't have. Never mind.
No, you don't have that one.
Rosmina looks
Wait,
at him
hold
and
on.
seeing that he's trying to think of something to do, she's going to say, Yumino, now is not the time or the place for any of
Wait,
your tricks.
God, I wish I picked that one for my level up so bad. I thought I did. Oh, that would have been so perfect. All it does is increase the plant growth. It covers, I think it says 100 meter. It's like a 300-foot area in plants, and I can control where it's targeted to. So I was just going to target to the entire inside of the tavern.
I wish.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been great.
Now is not the time or the place to be wasting magic. And then she proceeds to like change demeanor again, and she's back in the confident, chin held high, and she starts walking towards the main gate.
Okay. I'm assuming
Yeah,
everybody's
okay.
following.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, main gate, just starts to get more dense with people. The main gate is guarded, but it's still open. You can walk through. The guards aren't stopping you or anything. And you guys can easily pass through into, the main area. Walking in there further beyond, you can see a well-guarded estate in the center of the city. And around it, the buildings have gotten a little bit taller. They've gotten a little bit nicer. The roads here are no longer dirt, they're stone. Yeah. Same thing, kind of buildings, stores, all that kind of stuff.
Where did we go from here?
And if you were still looking for magic stores, you are still not finding any magical stores in the area. You see perhaps some jewelers. You see, obviously places selling food, clothing shops, basic things like that. There's general stores, but nothing that seems to be selling magic.
Are there any more stalls around us?
In this area, it's not as much stalls and it's more just stores.
Is there like an armor or weapon store?
Yeah, there would be like a blacksmith around here that you could go and find.
Forgot how much gold I have. 380? Okay.
I don't remember if I had any jewelry with me.
Yeah, I want to go find a blacksmith.
Okay. Easily enough walking around, you're able to find a blacksmith.
As Yumino is walking away, his body kind of like judders for a second, and then he continues walking. I don't know, I'll continue walking until I find a blacksmith.
Yeah, you found one.
Okay, so I just go into the blacksmith. I
Okay.
kind of look around for a second, and then I walk up to the... I mean, who's at the counter? Is it the blacksmith himself or an attendant?
Yeah, he's there. He's working on polishing a sword, and he says, "Oh, hello, good sir. How are you doing today?"
I'm not doing bad. And I put down the 2 daggers I have. The one that came from, I forgot her name, but the girl in the jail cell, and then the other one that I have. I want these melted down into a short sword. But I also want you to put a higher quality steel into it.
And he'll take a look at the daggers. And I'm trying to remember what your daggers are. It's just a normal dagger, the other one, right? Or is it +1 dagger? Or which?
I
or
have
just
a
regular
plus,
dagger?
I have a +1, which is the one she gave me, and then a regular dagger.
Oh, okay.
Aren't they
And
also
you're trying to
limited?
combine those into a short sword.
Yes.
Okay. So you or he
I'm also asking him to add higher quality steel into it, which I'm willing to pay for.
Don't they have the enchantment on them for the ice?
Yeah, but I still have the ice block.
um
I'm just wondering if the blacksmith would notice something off about the blades.
yeah, so and what kind of short sword are you trying to turn it into, just so I can know?
I mean, preferably the
get-
highest quality that I can for a reasonable price. I mean, I have 380 gold, so keep that in mind. And with the
Yeah.
prices that are here, I also have things that I can offer him, though, that he might find interesting, so...
So looking at the weapons, he's going to say, well, these are pretty fine daggers. For a price of, I'll say, 300 gold, I could turn these into short sword. If you want it with better materials, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to up that price to 800 gold. But it would be a better crafted short sword, a little bit more durable with some of the metals we have here. This one looks a little odd. I'm not quite sure what this dagger you have here is made of, and he raises up the one that has the ice enchantment. But he says, but I'm sure I can work with it the same as I work with any others.
So... let's change that price to 300, including the better materials. And then I pull out the smaller chunk of the ice that's in my bag. And I hand it to him. And I say, and you can have this to make up for the other materials. As a fine blacksmith like you will be able to find something to do with it.
Make a persuasion check.
A 5, bro.
He's going to look at you like you are insane, and he's just going to kind of look at the block of ice and say, I could get a block of ice pretty easily for hardly anything. I'm
Okay.
afraid it's going to be 800 gold for the finer materials, or you're just going to have to deal with the 300 gold for what you have brought me here.
You don't trust me, do you? Go grab a red hot iron rod. Something right out of the forge.
If you're trying to prove to me that it's going to work against, like, fire, it's ice, like, of course it is.
Can I see the forge?
You can see it, but it is, like, you're not, like, able to quite get to it. It is back
Okay,
behind, like,
fine.
the wall and that kind of thing.
I give him the small piece of ice and I say, go put it in the forge and watch it.
Make another persuasion check.
I got an 8 this time.
He's gonna say, you want me to watch ice melt?
Yes.
No thank you.
I promise you. Please just listen to me. It's not going to melt.
Okay,
Okay,
I
here.
think
You know
I'll
what? I'll
just
make
take
this
the 300 or the 800 golds.
I'll make this a better deal for you. You take this block of ice and put it into the furnace, and I will give you 5 gold. If it melts, then I will take I'll just walk out and you take the 5 gold. Right? So you get paid 5 gold to watch ice melt if it doesn't work. If it works, then we can negotiate the deal of you taking that block of ice and finding something to do with it, and I'll even give you 350 gold for hearing me out this far.
You can try for another persuasion check.
Motherfucker, dude! 7, dude! Fuck it! I'm fucking leaving!
He's gonna say, I don't have any plans for anything I can do with ice. Thank you, though. It's gonna be 300 gold or 800 gold. The choice is yours.
I fucking leave. I'm going
All
back
right.
to the group.
Okay.
Fuck these goddamn merchants, dude. These merchants are so full of themselves. They're trying to charge me almost 1,000 gold for a job that shouldn't even be 500.
Prices are a
Yeah.
little high here.
Yeah. I think at some point I'm just gonna like find a guard,
Okay.
and say, "Have you heard about the rumors of magic to the south?" And just kind of like try to gauge his reaction on that.
Uh, yeah. Immediately he just kind of laughs and is like, "Is there like a magician out there or something? What are you talking about?"
A whole legion of them, actually.
A legion of
quite,
magicians.
quite interesting stuff. I just curious if you'd heard anything about it. I think they're calling it the circus. I was just curious if you
mean-
knew anything about it, or So I heard sometimes they travel, and I was hoping they might be coming up here for the king's birthday.
Sure.
That'd be interesting to see.
We've had circuses, but we don't have a king, and
Oh, wasn't it?
don't have a circus. No, it's. They said a ruler. They didn't specify.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, sorry, I'm new to town. I heard ruler and just assumed king. What is his proper title?
Her title is
Oh.
Duchess.
Great. I feel like they could have said something earlier about gender. Rude.
Who did you speak to before?
I didn't catch her name. It was just a guard in the outer city.
Oh, I see. And you're new to town. What's your name?
Balin.
Ah, it's a pleasure to meet you, Balin. My name is fuck, I didn't give this guy a name. Quickly pull up fantasy name generator. My name is Worth.
Worth. Ah, man, I was gonna say Walmart. Nice to meet you, Worth. Anyway, sorry about the confusion. I guess I just assumed a little bit.
That's fine. We yeah, all of our cities are, overruled by duchesses, and in our city, her name is Duchess Ursina Sendronza. I can type that name for you guys.
Yes, please.
Please. Ursina. Does she have anything to do with bears?
Where is this being typed?
D&D group chat.
Ah,
And she has been ruling over our city for the last 30 years now.
And which, this is her, what, around 50th birthday then? Or a little younger, a little older?
She's actually really young. It's her 44th birthday.
Okay, so she started ruling the city at 14. Interesting.
Yeah, it was some unfortunate incidents that had taken place with an illness with her family. She was the last remaining ruler, and a lot of us were worried for a while with how things were going. The city was actually struggling a lot, but lately, under her rule, we've been having a surplus of growth in our crops, and it's just brought so much wealth to our city beyond that of even the others.
Right, that was something I was curious about. Where we're from, I mean, things weren't so bad, but definitely it seems there's an abundance of food and money to go around here compared to many of the other places I've been.
Oh, where are you from?
I'm from a small city called Falorn.
I can't say I'm familiar. Where is that?
It's west and north, several days.
Is it by one of the larger cities out there? Is it like a new town?
I mean, mostly it's just a little pass-through town. It's hard to even call it a town.
Oh, I see.
It
All
was
right. I'll have to make sure to add it to a map. You could give me the location of it so that way I can add it to the map here.
Yeah, do you have a map?
That way the guards know.
like-
We like to be well versed in it.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
have
yeah.
a map that I could like point out and try
Yeah.
to roughly gauge?
And he'll pull out a map and show it to you and just point out like some of the cities. I do not have a map for this area.
Yeah.
And be like, is it up around like this area? Trying to figure out.
So I'll like follow a road, just north and west. Just go northwest and just kind of pin like, oh yeah, it's a little bit off this road up this direction.
Why don't you roll a D100 for me?
Okay. $91.
Okay. He'll say, "Oh, that seems like a great spot for a town." Okay. And how did you spell that? And he'll, get the information for where it's at to pass on to the other guards for a new
Yeah.
town.
It's Falhorn, but with the local accent, the H is kind of silent, so just Falhorn.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Of course. Appreciate it, Worth.
No problem. And if you need anything else, you're welcome to speak to me or any of the other guards. We have an inn, and he'll point to one just down over that way if you'd like to stay. It's mere 200 gold a night.
Ah.
And if you'd like to some drink, there's a tavern just over that way down the road. They have some amazing food there as well. I would highly recommend going to give them a visit. They serve it for only, around like 30 gold, a fairly cheap price.
All right, thank you very much. But it seems like the rest of the people I was with have kind of wandered off, so I'll go catch up with them. Thank you. Goodbye.
He'll just go back to standing.
Catch up with everyone and inform them they like asking a lot of questions. It's a duchy, and a duchess is the ruler. And if anyone asks, I'm from a town called Falhorn to the northwest.
Alright.
When I looked at the map, would I have seen any city names that I had maybe recognized or heard of before?
No.
Okay.
Did they mention anything about why everything's so expensive around here?
He said something to the effect of, under the Duchess's rule, things have been very good for them in terms of crops and everything. I think maybe the people here just got so rich that their sense of money is no longer what we would consider fair.
It just seems rather odd that, under the rule of one leader, that all of a sudden the crops are growing and there's a huge influx of wealth.
Well, she's been ruler for 40 years, so it's not necessarily... Might not be linked to her, it might just be
I'm going to be real
something that
with you
happened under her rule.
all. I probably can't afford anything here.
Oh no, I have 10 gold.
Yeah.
I can afford a slice of pie that Kukure was looking at earlier.
Not worth it, I'm telling you. Out of character, bet it's mediocre. Kukure could do better.
Alright, so people keep mentioning this tavern, and since Yumino...
Oh, he told me about a new tavern.
Oh,
This one is only 4 times as expensive.
Only 4 times.
Gelby touches his chest.
You guys go sleep in the tavern. I'm not paying these fuckers. I'll go sleep in a tree. And I start walking towards the nearest tree.
Well, they did say that the celebration was today. Oh God, what do we do now? everyone keeps bringing up the taverns. Maybe we should go ask questions.
Surely there's got to be I mean, from what I've seen, probably not going to be a chance now that we all get a reasonable place to stay.
Well, if anything, I can pay for, like I said, a night or two at the one in the outer city, but we'd all have to share a room.
It is
What time of the day
midday.
is it? I was about to say,
It's
what time of the
midday.
day is it? Okay. Kukura is
Staying-
not worried whatsoever. Just like that's future Kukura's problem.
Staying a night or two here does not seem ideal if it's a drain on our magical capabilities.
I agree very much so.
But
Like-
also, I asked the guard if trying to gauge whether the lack of magic was a local phenomenon or something just with this entire plane. And it seems more the latter.
So, there's no magic here.
As far as I can tell, they have
Or at least
their
they-
concept of magic is parlor tricks and magicians.
So, either they've never had magic here ever, or it's been so long they do not remember it. But either way, this place is dangerous for me, and for you.
I mean, everybody here has some magic. Like you guys, everybody in the party, I think.
Yes, but that's all I have.
I didn't want to bring it up, but
Yeah, at the very least, like, I have a hammer and plate armor.
I just only have magic because I'm a tiefling.
You know,
But
like,
all in all, I am a bash people with things in hand boy or gal.
it's
I
a
do
good
have a
thing you're
sword.
here.
Delphi's a tank.
Why not? What is passive perception of people who have magic weapons?
Magic weapons, that would not be me.
19.
19.
Wait, you said passive perception?
Yeah.
That'd be 15 for me.
15, okay.
Are your weapons magic, though?
Yeah.
One of them is.
Ah, oh, I see.
Are you guys the only ones with magic weapons?
I have nothing.
Okay, so you guys do notice that, your magic weapons, as you've been walking around, are kind of off the same energy that you were feeling within yourselves, that it feels limited in the magic that they have. You guys are both high enough for that, so.
The first session, Ignis, and you take it away from me, eh?
See,
Welcome
evil.
to me being a DM.
You're evil!
I'm telling you, there's something draining magic.
I do feel it myself.
Do you think maybe this drain on magic is what is giving them all these bountiful harvests?
Yes. Yes, I believe that any person with magic who comes here, it drains out of them, and I think that is the reason why.
But do you think that would be... That doesn't seem to justify it only being a 40-year time span.
You never know. It could have been overnight. It doesn't make any sense.
That's... Everyone is a human. There are no races that have inherent magic of any kind.
There are too many coincidences, and I mean, sorcerers are born with magic, yet no one here knows anything about it.
What if it's just not prevalent here?
Anyway, what if you just cast a fireball tonight?
Oh gods, no.
Just right at the Duchess.
Oh yes, because that'd
I
be a
suggest
great
the
idea.
end.
They'll have no defenses against the fireball.
I might already be dying, but I'm not stupid.
They'll have
What,
no
about
idea
something
what hit
now?
them. Out of curiosity, the guards' weapons and armaments, does it look like, is it just regular weapons? Or have they, in their lack of magic, figured out pew-pews?
They do not have guns.
Okay.
Can we inform them on how to make guns?
If you want to.
Make a booming business from it.
Yeah, honestly, I'm fine losing my magic, because I
will
could make so much
say-
money here.
I will say, though they don't have guns, you can see that they have crossbows, some of them, and some of them maybe even have, like, you can see archers up around some of the walls. Like, they do have
Right.
that.
But it doesn't look like we just popped into, like, I don't know.
Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I think we need to find a way to speak with this Duchess.
Do we know
Do you
where
have
she
any
is?
idea? Well, presumably she'll be on the parade in a couple hours.
Potentially.
But as of right now,
Well, as of right now, we've questioned who there is to question, and people are not too keen on us even being here.
the guards all seem friendly enough, though, like I said, they're very inquisitive.
The guards, yes, the people, not so much. I do not know where to go from here.
And I will ask real quick, is anybody on a time strain right now? Or are we good to continue going? I just want to make sure.
I'm not. I've
I
got
don't have
pizza.
one.
I can go for, like, maybe another half hour.
Okay.
Are there any seating areas nearby, by the way, Ignis?
Something that we
Uh,
don't have to pay for.
Like a bench or something?
Yeah, like an area
Yeah.
that would allow for us to sit.
Yeah, there's like, maybe like a fountain that people are sitting by or something. There's some areas that you can sit down.
Okay, Kukure, while everybody is kind of figuring out what's going on, will just kind of walk towards one of those areas, sit down, take out a small mug from her bag, take this very large, strange jug out, pop one of the corks, and just pour what looks to be wine into the cup, and just corks it again, puts it back into her backpack, and just starts sipping.
Rosmila is going to follow and sit next to her and pull out the infamous bag of candy and take out a piece. Would you like a piece? She holds it out.
Absolutely. Would you like a drink?
I cannot say that I've ever tried wine, but there's a first time for everything.
Oh,
It's
man.
not the best, but it's something.
She gave me such wine girly vibes, I don't know.
But Kukure will literally like hand you like the same mug like that she's just like drank like a mouthful out of. Like literally will just hand it to you like, there it is. Take if you want. It's free game.
Oh, thank you. She turns it to where she has a fresh part of the cup, and she takes a delicate sip. And most likely begins coughing.
Oh yeah, it would be like bog standard wine.
It is rather unique.
It's not high quality, but it's free.
But it's my quality.
I thank you, and she very graciously hands it back.
As you guys are sitting around in this area, you see a group of guards kind of going in, and they're clearing people out, and one of them steps up to you and says, excuse me, we're trying to clear out the area to set up some decorations for this evening. Would you mind moving along?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Of course we will.
Can't a gal enjoy a nice drink on a warm day? And I continue to sip my drink, staring at them.
And he says, well, of course, but maybe you could do it elsewhere while we set up these decorations.
Could you recommend a spot for us so that we won't be in the way?
Yeah, the tavern over there. It only costs 200 gold.
There is some outdoor seating at the tavern that you're more than welcome to go sit at. They don't charge you to sit.
Thank you.
Kukure will stand up. Is it one guard or multiple guards?
One guard's talking to you, but there's multiple guards in the area clearing out all of the people.
Okay. Kukure is gonna go up to them and put an arm around their shoulder and be like, you look so stressed. Why don't you take a sip as well? Take the edge off. You look like you've been working hard all day. Come
Make
on,
a persuasion check.
Persuasion check.
Also,
That is a 16.
All right. He'll chuckle a bit and say, "Yeah, sure. You know what? One sip can't hurt." And he'll take a sip of the wine and pass you the mug back.
Ah, there's a good man. Now, a question for you. You know, I pat your back, you pat mine.
Okay. What's your question?
Based on your clear insight here, what should we be expecting in this little festival that's happening today?
Well, the Duchess has, of course, been having food being prepared for all of the people to enjoy this evening at no charge, of course. And she has entertainment to fill the streets for the people to enjoy and celebrate with her for her birthday celebration.
And where would you say is the best spot? You look like someone who knows the area really well. Where would be the best spot to see as much of the festivities as you can from one position?
That would on what is exactly that you're wanting to watch. We have many events going on, including like dancing. We have, plenty of bards around the city, different musicians, all popular and famous from the area. We have, different acrobatics groups, things like that going on. It just depends on what you're interested in.
Specifically, I would love to see the parade for the Duchess. I myself have not gotten to see the Duchess before and would really appreciate being able to truly know, who makes this land so prosperous.
Well, there's no parade that the Duchess will be in. She will be celebrating her birthday celebration in the palace, or the estate that she lives in herself, with many of the nobles of the area. As she does every year.
So she doesn't come out to see her subjects on her birthday.
No, she enjoys the celebration as they have done it traditionally ever since she was born, and she wanted to continue the tradition after her family all passed.
Well, thank you very much, my good man. Give him a really hard slap on the back and go just like, all right, I won't cause you any more trouble.
Just hear the ring against the armor as you smack. And he says, no problem, have a wonderful rest of your day. And he continues, getting people out of the area.
So I walk back to the group with my mug still in hand, now probably about only half full. And it's like, well, if you wish to be seeing this Duchess of yours, she's not coming out tonight. So, if you want, we could go and see if we can go give her a visit.
I don't know how we're going to accomplish that, but I do believe that we need to see her.
So do I.
So how would you guys like to do this?
My
Has
first
Yumino
thought
found a
was-
suitable... Go ahead.
Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, has Yumino found a suitable tree yet?
Yeah. Are you climbing into the tree?
I'm climbing into the tree.
Yeah, guards are gonna come get you and say, sir, please get out of the tree.
I'm just enjoying my day up here. It's okay. I'll be down by nightfall.
You may cause one of the branches to break and fall on somebody. Please get out of the tree, sir.
I promise I won't, sir. I'm an elf. I'm a wood elf. I climb through trees all day. I know what I'm doing. I promise.
And you can just hear one of the guards looking there. Okay, this guy's insane. Sir, please get out of the tree. Otherwise, we're going to have to take you down out of the tree ourselves.
You
I
would
put
want
my hood up?
ladder.
Can I put my hood up and try to hide behind the branch?
You're trying to, go ahead and make a stealth check at disadvantage since they see you up in the tree.
I'm fine with that. I can work with that. I fucking can't work with. I got an 11. Hold on. Let me roll again. Yeah, I got an 11. Okay, so yeah, I can work with that.
Okay. Let's see what they, wow. Okay,
How high in the tree is he?
Apparently he's high enough that whenever the guards looked over to talk to each other, they lost sight of you. I rolled a natural one.
Oh, no!
And they're looking around for you to see where you could have gone.
Oh,
10 out of 10.
no.
Let's fucking go,
I
bro.
rolled a natural one, bro.
Okay, about how
It was
high
meant
is
to
he in
be.
the tree? Because Rosmila's going to look at Gale, Galvy, sorry, and say, Galvy, can you please get him down from there? He's going to get us thrown out of the city.
They heard the loud bang of Kukure slapping the guard on the back, and it startled them for a second. That's how they stopped. They'd lost sight of him for just
You
a
know
second.
what? Yes.
We know you know a wild part of my mind. I don't even know how I would begin to help this.
Is it just me?
I had no idea that was gonna work, bro.
It wasn't supposed to.
Rosmila's going to march underneath the tree. Humano, get down! Get down right now. You're going to get us kicked out of the city.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a tree.
Are there any rocks on the ground?
There's
Pebbles.
like some very small pebbles, yeah.
I'm going to collect a small handful of these pebbles.
Okay.
Humano, I swear by the gods,
Did
if
she-
you do not get down right now.
Can she even see me? Did she pass her deception check to make sure she can actually perceive me?
Well, I know you're in the tree somewhere.
So you're just
I
gonna
assume
throw
she's
rocks at the
talking
tree
up to the
randomly?
tree. Rosmila, why don't you make a, we'll say it's a perception check, to see if you see exactly where he's at.
21.
Yeah, you see where he's at.
I swear to you, get down right now.
Hit me with a rock and I'll come down.
Them's fighting words.
She just glares at him. You know what? You are not worth the effort. And she just throws the pebbles onto the ground and turns to the others.
I win.
Did he actually say that?
Yeah, he actually said that.
Alright, out of frustration, what do I have in my bag? Do I have anything heavier in my bag?
Yumino kind of peers his head around the branch he's behind, what's she doing over there?
You know what? I have a bottle of ink. I'm going to just going to take it out and uncork it. If you do not get down, I swear by the gods, I will throw this at you.
Okay. And Yumino kind of just jumps behind her.
Puts the cork back into the ink, slides it back into the bag. I swear, it is like you were deliberately trying to sabotage us.
I wanted eggs for breakfast, I'm sorry.
She just looks at the rest of the group as if trying to find if that made any sense to anyone.
Kukure ponders for a second and goes, to be fair, if the dungeon is under the palace, it's not a particularly bad place to be if we want to go say hello to somebody.
You know what? Get back in the tree.
Yumino's face kind of twists into a smile. Did I hear put us in the dungeon? I'm particularly good at that.
Are there any guards nearby?
Yes.
All right.
Yumino meets eye contact with a guard.
Rosmila's just casually going to stick her foot out and try to trip him into falling into the guards.
Go ahead and make. I'll say, Yumino, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw to see if you get tripped or not. Since you are looking up at a guard.
11.
And I forgot. Go ahead and make I'm gonna say make an attack roll, Rosmila.
Oh, jeez.
You got this.
How do we do that again?
Just do like an unarmed strike. So it would just be roll a d20 plus whatever your unarmed strike bonus is.
20! Dirty 20, but 20.
20. Yeah, you trip him. He falls into a guard. The guard just catches you and is like, you okay, sir?
So, like, I just want to make sure we are trying to get to the dungeon, like, as a collective group, right?
At this point, it's the best option.
Yes.
I look up at the guard, and I have the most bloodlust-filled face that I possibly could have.
Uh-huh.
And you said he
just
caught
looks
me, right?
uncomfortable. Yeah, he caught you, and he's just looking at you uncomfortable now.
His hands are tied up, right?
I mean, he helps stabilize you.
Well, I'm not currently putting any effort to stand up, so he's just caught me currently, correct?
Yeah.
My hand reaches around slightly to grab his weapon.
Uh-huh.
Do I get a hold of it?
I mean, his hands are on it, so make a sleight of hand check, I'll say.
From the panic in her voice, this was not supposed to go
21.
this way.
Yeah, you grab his weapon.
Alright, I take his weapon and run off.
He's gonna stand there kind of shocked and confused for a moment, and then he's going to call out to the other guards and scream at you and you know, hey, he stole my sword, stop him.
As I run past the group, I say, they're the ones that put me up to this, and then I keep running.
I'm gonna say that there are enough guards here that they immediately block you off from running. Do you want to try to get past them?
Well, I mean, I still have my hood up. Have the ones that have come in rolled to receive me?
I can have them make a roll right now. They are at a 17, so yeah, they perceive you. You're also running out in the middle of the open now, so...
That's fair, okay. What was it?
They got a 17.
No, what do you want me to roll?
Oh, if you want to make another stealth check, if you're trying to still hide, or are you just trying to get past them?
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let me Skyrim crouch real quick. Hold up. I got an 18, dog. And I go with it. I'm going with the disadvantage, right? Or rolling with advantage because of my hood?
I think it would be just straight roll.
Okay, so
you are out in the middle of the open, yeah.
18 twice in a row either way, so yeah, 18.
In that case, yeah, you managed to slip past them as they are searching for whoever stole the sword among all of the people in the area here. However, hearing him say that, the rest of the guards all turn on the rest of you.
Can I, like, do a quick, retcon that as he's running past with the weapon and a couple of the guards run by, I'm going to immediately take on the posture of being incredibly drunk and just, like, purposefully crashing into a couple of guards, like, with my full weight and strength, like...
I love your character.
Make
Not
a
enough to
performance
hurt
check.
them, but enough to knock someone over and become like a public drunken nuisance.
Make a performance check.
Performance check. 12.
Yeah, so you're, stumbling around, looking drunk, appearing drunk. You do manage to bump into, like, one or two guards who sort of help stabilize you and are distracted, but it doesn't distract all of the guards in the area.
As they're catching me and trying to help stabilize me, I'm kind of like, oh, officers, I'm so sorry, and I'm going to really quickly turn and drunkenly elbow, quote-unquote, one of them.
Make an attack roll.
Guess that'd be unarmed. Wow. That's a nat 1, but it would be... Oh, sorry, no, it's a 7. Never mind, 15.
Just a little caress of the face.
18. Yeah, so you elbow them and they buckle over, taking a bit of damage from that. They are still assuming that you're drunk and they're just kind of putting up with it, and they I'm gonna say make a strength saving throw to see if they grab a hold of you.
Oh, hell yes.
And this is against 2 guards, so do it at disadvantage.
14. Oh, disadvantage. One moment.
14's the lowest. 14's the lowest.
14 is the lowest, yes. The other one is 18.
Oof. Well, one of the guards didn't do so great. The other one... yeah, they managed... They're fumbling you. They cannot get a hold of you. Fucking hell, I can't roll today.
But, like, how to say, it's really important for me to state that I am trying to be as obnoxious as possible, but I'm not trying to actually hurt anybody. I'm just trying to join in on trying to get thrown into a dungeon right now. Like, I
Yeah.
am specifically being, like, a chaotic good at the moment. Like, I'm not trying to hurt anybody, but I am definitely becoming a problem.
At this time, they are, like, getting more guards over, being like, hey, we've got a drunk person over here, and they're calling people in, and with enough guards, they do manage to grab a hold of you, detain you.
Basically, my goal is, like, once I've got, like, 5 to 8 guards' attention, I'm gonna basically just, like, limp fish it.
Yeah, you've definitely done that. You've got their attention. You've got like 5 guards on you that are just trying to get you now out of there. They're talking like, should we go put her over here to like lay down for a bit? Should we bring her back? Like maybe we could bring her back to the guards' quarters to rest and recover.
As they're trying to like move me, I'm like forcing my arm as close as I can because I'm still holding my drink. I'm still trying to drink it. If anybody tries to take the drink away from me, I throw the whole cup in their face.
A guard would definitely be like, no, stop drinking, and get, face full of wine. But they're treating you as a drunk, so they're not overly offended by you. They're just like trying to get you, and they start taking you away to go rest somewhere to sleep off your drunken state.
That means I have to get violent. There's only one way to get to the dungeon right now, and that's to get violent.
Take their weapon and run like I did.
I'm festooned with weapons. I have, like, 3 hand axes, a warhammer, and a battle axe. Like, I'm very dangerous.
I have a new weapon. Speaking of which, Audio, what is the classification of my new weapon?
You have a plain short sword.
Sweet. I got my short sword in the end, guys, and not for 300 gold.
That was the whole goal. Quest complete.
So where has Yumino gotten to this point?
You are out of sight of the guards that are searching for you.
With my acrobatics, can I get on top of a building?
You can sure try.
Also, Ignis, just to be clear, if this is a disruption that you're not down with, like, I can absolutely just be like, oh, my goodness, thank you, guards. I can't believe that I would
Not-
let the alcohol get to my head this way.
You guys are fine. I will say right now in my notes, I said for you guys to get to a location, and what did I put exactly? However they want to do that, I can't wait to see LMAO. So if this is your guys' plan for it, then this is the plan.
Well,
Perfect.
you don't seem too keen on actually helping us get to said location, wherever it may be.
I am very keen. I've tried.
I kept trying to go to a tavern, and this happened.
This is the funner way, right?
As all this is happening, Rosmila just gets so exasperated that she, once again taking on the air of confidence, just like confidently tries to stroll away and go to the tavern.
You're not strolling away because the guards surrounded you, hearing Yumino calling out that it was your guys' idea. They are going to be questioning you, but can I get that acrobatics check first, Yumino?
17.
17. Yeah, you're assassins creating up a building. You get on top of it. As for everybody else, the guards are surrounding you and they say, was that your friend there that just stole a guard's sword? Looking down at Gale, Balin, and Rosmila.
Honestly, I can say that he is no friend of mine.
Friend is certainly a choice of a word.
Yeah.
Well, he came into the town with all of you.
We met him on the outskirts of the city, and he was not travelling with anyone, and he seemed as confused as we were, so we graciously accepted him into our group, but I would definitely not say that we are friends.
Make a deception check.
Oh, shit. Deception.
The aw shit under her breath just said it all, bro.
The 3 says it!
Let's go.
Was it?
That's a 3!
A 3.
Oh,
So as you're saying this lie, trying to explain it, the guards just kind of aren't having it, and they're like, it doesn't matter regardless. You were in a group with them. You're responsible for each other. You are all outsiders to our city, and so the responsibility falls on you. Like, are you gonna help us go get him? Like, what's the deal here? Otherwise, you're gonna owe us for that sword.
I would
Shit, we
gladly
can
help
afford
you
that.
arrest him.
You would all be under arrest as well in that case.
That hardly seems fair.
If that's
Can
how
I
the cards
see
are
this?
dealt.
Yeah, you could see them talking to the guards. You're probably too far away at this point to hear them, though, Yumino.
Can I reel back an arrow and hit like a rock wall near one of the guards, but not purposely hit them?
You can try.
Fire.
Make an attack roll.
Do I just do damage or hit DC?
Just
What's-
make an attack roll with like hit DC. So if you're using your short bow, you use +8, that kind of thing.
26.
Yeah, you can hit exactly where you're wanting to.
All right, so I picked the guard that I already traumatized and stole the sword from. Where is he?
He's not talking to the others. He's out looking for you with some of the other guards.
Can I see him?
Yeah.
I want to hit as close to his feet as I can.
Yeah, with a 26, you're able to hit like right between his feet if you want.
Yeah, perfect.
And let's just give him a check if I can make a roll. So they see where your arrow shot, and he can't tell where it came from. He was very stunned by that. Wow. And the other guards are confused as well. They're looking around for you still. They aren't able to find you because I can't roll above a 5 today.
That's perfect. What kind of commotion does the arrow cause?
More yelling. They're clearing citizens out of the area. They're fearing for their lives and safety. And one of the other guards says, this insane person is starting to attack. You need to get people into safety, and you need to get these people arrested.
Perfect.
And they are coming up to detain you three.
Have fun in the dungeon, guys.
Am I still being like...
Oh yeah, you're being led to a totally different place. They're just taking
Okay,
you over to like the
sweet.
guards' quarters
Alright.
to relax and recover.
So, as I said, can I see them, like, being approached by the guards? Like, oh, this is gonna become a thing?
Yeah, you were not too far off. You can hear their situation going on as well as you're trying to continue acting drunk.
Sweet. Kukure suddenly screams, "Unhand me!" and goes from medium to large size.
Oh no.
My stomach's
Um,
growling.
I just suddenly got real big, and I am becoming more of a problem.
Question: are your horns still covered, or have you like taken off the?
Ooh, that's a good point. You know what? Can I, as like a free action, as like I'm giantifying, like pull my hood back?
Yeah, you can, and
Alright,
you do
sweet.
that.
That is what I'm doing.
As you do that, the guards around you look terrified with sheer panic, and they start screaming out, "Monster! There's a monster!" And all of the guards are rushing to attack you.
How did we get here? How did we get here?
But
Correctly and swiftly.
before we roll for
Swiftly,
initiative-
indeed.
Before we roll for initiative, with you guys being arrested and you attacking the guards, and this is chaos erupting, I believe you said, MyndBreaker, that you needed to go. Is this about the time?
Yeah. If y'all want to continue and like see this through to the end, or like get arrested or whatever, that's cool. But I do have to dip.
I mean, to be fair, this is an amazing point to stop. Like,
Yeah, I was
everything
gonna
is
say-
going.
I know, it's insane.
This is a great stopping point before we get into initiative, because initiative could take another like hour or something. So I
Well,
think we'll end the session there with this is gonna be. Yeah, okay, we'll end it there. Not the direction I thought we were gonna go at all.
Hi, God, I'm your problem child.
This is. I mean. Okay, I am going to
Sorry, Chris.
end my recording, and then if you guys can stay for a minute, so that way I can figure out the next day that we're going to stream this as well. You guys are cool with that?
Alright, I will
Give me just
definitely
a moment.
mute and do the outro, and then we should be good.
All right.